What's going on, gardeners? This summer has been the hottest and most humid summer that I have ever endured in my life. Things have been so hot and wicked that I don't even want to be outside this time of year. And when the weather is like this, we don't even want to be outside in it. So because we avoid going outside, our gardens often fall by the wayside. But it doesn't have to be this way. I'm going to show you how you can modify your climate so it's not so hot and miserable. This is the only way that I can stand being outside and manage gardening in this extreme heat. Right now, I'm standing out in the open in my unprotected area of the garden. And if you notice, there is nothing growing in any of these raised garden beds. That's because it's too difficult to garden at this time of the year out in the open like this. Just to do any work in this area of the garden, I would have to wait until at least 7 o'clock at night so the sun goes below the tree line and I could go out here and get some work done without the miserable conditions. Other than wait until 7 p.m. for things to cool off, my only other option was to wait for some storms to roll into the area and the skies to become clouded up, which, let's face it, it's unreliable to wait for storms. Your area may not get storms, and even so, it's kind of dangerous to be outside when there is thunder and lightning in the background. So this is not a trick I would recommend anyone do because of safety concerns. My actual sustainable solution, the only way I can manage working in the extreme heat at this time of year, is to install shade cloth above my head in my garden. I installed a wooden roof above my garden, and then I ran some cattle panels overhead, and sitting on top of those cattle panels is a 40% shade tarp, and that envelops the whole area underneath it in shade. And this structure right here has made it possible for me to garden out in the open even when the sun is out, thanks to the protection of the shade cloth. I have been advocating for the use of shade cloth for many years because not only does it protect our plants from the extreme heat and it keeps them viable longer, but it also protects the gardener, us, from the extreme heat, and it allows us to be outside when we otherwise wouldn't be able to because of the hot sun, the high humidity, and the extreme temperatures. And there are many different ways that you can do this. You can build a roof over your garden like I did, put some cattle panels on top, and you can secure a shade tarp above with some zip ties. You can build yourself a makeshift high tunnel out of PVC conduits and T-posts, just like I've done for years, and run some clothesline in order to hold that shade tarp to the top and make your own makeshift high tunnel. Or you can install cables throughout your garden and get yourself a grommeted shade tarp and use those inexpensive steel cables to hold it up, kind of like a giant shade sail. No matter what you choose, there are many different ways that you can do this easily and affordably. You just have to get creative with your imagination. I have made lots of different DIY tutorials on how you can install shade cloth above to protect yourself and your plants. I will link to all of those different tutorials down in the video description for your convenience. That way you can copy off of my ideas and you can modify them to fit your unique space. I will also place direct links down in the video description to grommeted shade tarps. They come in all different sizes and they are very affordable. So if you're like me and your summer sun is so strong and oppressive that your garden falls by the wayside because you just don't want to be out in it, it's important to remember that you are not stuck with the climate that you are given where you live. You can create your own protected microclimate by installing simple shade cloth overhead. Not only will it make your plants live longer because they will be somewhat protected and less stressed out, but you will have an easier time gardening as well. There are so many different ways that you can do this. Please check out the different tutorials that I have down in the video description, and you can easily create your own affordable way of doing so. It has changed my life, and I know it will change yours as well. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.